Happy 4th of July. Welcome back to the channel. This one is gonna be a bit personal. As you can see, I figured what better day than America's birthday to talk about something personal. The channel's growing, Instagram's growing a little bit, nothing huge, but we're definitely gaining a little bit of traction. You guys are awesome, so what better way than to open up a bit? First off, let me show you this getup. For those who don't know, 4th of July is my favorite holiday. I love celebrating freedom. I love celebrating where we live, all of the freedoms we have. I lived in a country for 2 years that had very minimal freedoms. I lived in the Dominican Republic. I actually lived within the poverty, and really it was eye-opening to see what we have to celebrate here in America. And I hope all of you are thankful for it, no matter which side of politics you're on. Whatever your belief system is, I hope you at least wake up every day and you're thankful to be part of the United States of America. Happy birthday, America. We just got off the lake, celebrate every year. The only rule to get on the boat with my dad is you gotta be dressed up in 4th of July apparel, red, white, and blue, whatever. I got my hat, my glasses, my lucky cat shirt I only wear once a year, and these shorts. I love it. Hopefully you guys had a great day. So today, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm actually gonna open up about a relapse of an addiction that I have. It's kind of a bit interesting. It all started when I was only 2 years old, and it happened as a result of my parents, especially my dad. He would get me involved and participate in it in order to justify it to my mom. So it'd be harder for him to get mad at whatever we were doing, and I couldn't really rat him out if he spent money on it. I was in all the transactions to supply the addiction, and there was a couple times even that there were special things that he would do or give me a little bit extra, or for the certain thing that I wanted, then he would get it as long as I promised not to tell my mom the amount that it cost or what we were up to. If we'd stop by a little side place here, finish, get all the stuff that we needed. And again, at 2, it wasn't that big. I understood what was going on, but not true. I'd just kind of be there with my dad and kind of enjoy it with him. As I got a little bit older, especially into like late elementary school, early junior high, I was huge into it. Definitely every single day. I participated every day. I participated by myself. My parents actually got divorced, and even without my dad there, I would still participate. And I actually just been coming off of, went on 3 years sober. It's a little bit crazy, but the addiction actually started harming me, my mind. I couldn't make the calculations needed to keep myself safe. I actually got rid of everything. My wife, basically, I told her that I just had some feelings that it wouldn't be good for the family if I were to get too hurt or continue to participate until I could try to be sober and teach myself the correct calculations to maybe do it more socially rather than every single day, and to better prioritize, my family over this stuff and make sure that I keep myself safe. Yesterday, so today's the 4th of July, July 3rd, about 10 o'clock at night, I went to a friend's house. Just a little bit ago, a friend called me, said, "Hey man, I got a really good hookup on this, and I'm wondering if you're interested." I went back and forth. My wife wasn't really part of the conversation too much. I sold some of our stuff that we actually own to support it. I wish I could say that there were a lot of regrets, but there's not. I still think it's important to open up to you so you guys know, who you're following. I think now this time I can be a lot more responsible with it and understand when is appropriate time to use it, when is not an appropriate time to use, who are the people being affected, and what have you. That being said, July 3rd, about 10 o'clock p.m., 2022, right before 4th of July, I actually relapsed and bought myself a 2017 CRF 450R project bike. I am stoked to start this build. Listen, I know I snaked you guys a little bit, but it is true. I am an addict. I dream, sleep, watch, dang near eat them if I could. Dirt bikes, especially Honda 4-strokes. I love them. I've been riding ever since I was 2. The real story, going back so you guys understand it more fully, my dad did love motorcycles. He raced bikes. He got us all into them. I started when I was 2. My dad did sell some of his stuff so that we could always ride. I'm so thankful for that. I would have never had the life that I did, or actually used bikes as a coping mechanism for stresses, anxieties, especially actually during that time I talked about when my parents got divorced. The only thing that got me through it was I could get on a bike, go rip somewhere, whether it be the track, the dunes, go rip a trail 5th wide and just clear my mind. Comment below what you guys use your bike for. If anyone can relate to that kind of therapeutic dirt biking. Excited. I actually was getting her 3 years ago through probably 15, 16 through about 20 to 22. I didn't really have the switch in my head to calculate the risks. It was always more, hey, I'd rather end up in the hospital and actually say that I tried that jump or be the fastest one, or why would I let this friend pass me or that friend pass me? And I was getting hurt, I was breaking bones, and actually started having dreams that I was in a wheelchair rolling into family dinner, and that my wife was stressed out because she was raising the kids with me in a wheelchair. And it scared me enough that I thought, you know what, if I can't figure out how to calculate and stay in my comfort zone and make it fun rather than harmful, then I would need to stop. I sold it. I realized how much I would miss it. I think about them every day. I have ever since I sold them. My brothers all bought them. We go, I see everybody else riding. And I finally came to the conclusion that I don't need to go without it. I just need to be safe and prioritize my family and my safety over my pride. That being said, I decided to do this. It was a fair deal, but I feel like he did give me a pretty good deal. So thanks to him. I went with the 17 because I like this chassis. I didn't quite want to go full on brand new yet. Maybe one day, but I think if I did that, I'd go with a brand new 250 and keep this 450, set it up more for the dunes. If I did that, have the 250 for the track. This 17, I feel like, is a light enough chassis. For those who don't know, this is the first year after they went air fork back to the spring fork. This bike is set up with full Enzo suspension, set up for my weight. It's got the full Yoshi all the way back, Warp 9 black hoops. The Yoshi's so sick. Look at that, the carbon fiber tips. The dual exhaust is so sick. It's all red plastics. I'm not a huge fan of the all red plastics. Try to get some better light for you. But it is in really good shape. It is ridden, you can tell by the cases. I know that would scare a lot of people. I actually know this kid personally. He maintains his bike so well. I was never gonna buy another used bike after I got burned, but I've seen the way he takes care of his bike. But we got big plans for this. I'm gonna completely change it. Wanted to document it real quick and just kind of tell you guys a little bit about what it is that we're doing with it. I'm gonna do a full graphic kit, kind of theme it with the Dose Industries, my business, and kind of do a little dedication to some people that mean a lot to me in my life and have them represented throughout the graphics. And then I'm not a fan, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I'm not a fan of the graphic kits where you have all of these logos and companies that did nothing for you. Free advertisement. They didn't give me any parts. I pay full price for their stuff, so why would I run them on my bike? So I actually reached out to a bunch of companies that have helped me, companies that represent. They're not sponsors. I don't get paid. I don't get stuff for free or a discount, but they're just companies that really go beyond the standard to provide for their customers, not only me, but everyone else. Some of these companies have provided for friends, families, and I'm excited as we get to go through each of them. I'm gonna share a little bit about who they are, what they do, and you guys, I hope, can also support them. Support those who support the channel. They don't even realize they're supporting the channel. They're just good people, honest, who truly know about customer service and that what goes around comes around. Some of them even have maybe made mistakes, fixed them for me or other people that I've sent to them. So stay tuned and please support those that you see on this build. I'm super excited. I'm gonna start off with plastics and graphics. It's kind of the first thing I like to do, personalize it. I like it to stand out from the rest. I'm really excited. It already has the full Enzo suspension. That saves a ton of money. For those of you who have never done a full suspension kit on a bike and valved it and sprung it to your weight, please do it. It is the most night and day difference you'll see out of a bike. I'll do that before any performance. A couple things that we need to address. This lever I think needs to match. We got the ARC clutch lever, just a stock factory brake lever. Do something with the grips. I'm gonna get the matching brake lever there, and we'll slowly document it as things change, as we update it. But that's the main thing, plastics and graphics, and then we'll see where it lacks, where it needs help. And I'm really excited. Probably do a separate wheel. Eventually I'd like to build full custom wheels. Right now I am looking for a company that can build some wheels. Those of you who have any recommendations, drop them below. Again, super excited. Comment below what things you would do if you have this bike, or if you had the opportunity to have a bike like this, whether you currently have it or have had one in the past. What are the the first things you would do to 2017 chassis. What better day to celebrate buying a Freedom machine than on the day we celebrate our freedoms? Again, be thankful for the place that you live. I love where I live. Minute and just look at it. My gosh, it is so pretty. I just love it. Where you are, what your situation, be thankful you can wake up every day to celebrate freedoms. Those who argue that they may not have freedoms, I've lived in a country where people didn't have freedoms. You have freedoms. Make something of yourself, enjoy it, like and subscribe, follow the build. We've got this, the Duramax, the Jeep, always changing something, always trying to figure out how we're gonna get our daily dose of adrenaline, and we love to see in the comments how you guys are getting your daily dose of adrenaline. Thanks so much, like and subscribe, peace.
Back in my bag and I ain't gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels, yeah, and she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel, you know I had to